So if you look at all the Hasbro series cards, they have their name at the bottom. Well, this one, I don't know exactly how many were released, but this one doesn't have the name, and it's graded 90. Beautiful piece.
They reckon 24 of those exist or existed at some point with no name. I did a bit of research. I used to own a 75, which I sold, I think, to Adrian Rushton. But I just, it was a great piece. Didn't need it, though. Got offered some good coin and took the coin. Now, my choice, which you said was very strange, well, it's not strange. It's a good choice. Now, if we just go through the list, so this is who you got to choose from. You got the Macho Man, which was, so it wasn't Macho King, was it? It was Macho Man. You're never going to choose the downgrade from the Macho King. Then
Wasted figure.
Earthquake Typhoon, Greg Valentine, which is never going to get picked. Brutus Beefcake, maybe. Coco Beware, which is a great figure. Right. It's so underrated, the Coco Beware. Ultimate Warrior 3, Purple Warrior. Hulk Hogan, what's that, the hug or the punch?
The suplex.
Sergeant Slaughter, Texas Tornado, also a really underrated Hasbro Texas Tornado.
Yep.
That spinning punch, really cool. Boss Man with the clothesline action, and Mr. Perfect. Now, I went with the Earthquake, and while I don't think this is the best card or the best looking figure, Earthquake was a pretty hideous looking man. He scared the Jesus out of me, though, as a kid. Like, you look at him, and when you see him, there's one reason this figure is one of the best Hasbros of all time. What is it, James?
Tattoo?
Nope.
The paint, the application on the guts.
It's the legs. He was one of the first Hasbro that had movable legs.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for anyone who is watching our live stream, I've got a couple of stage photos that was why. It shows you why I love this figure. It's not an Ibnu photo, so please don't judge the fig photography. But there he is, the Earthquake, doing the Earthquake on Hulk Hogan. And if you want to see it from a better angle, there he is, sitting on his head or on his chest. Now, when you've got a figure, so this is one of my biggest bugbears as a kid with the Hasbro line, was that the legs didn't move. So if you wanted to do a leg drop for Hulk Hogan, it was the whole, you couldn't sit him up and do a leg drop. You had to do the whole lay down leg drop. Earthquake and Typhoon gave you the first chance to actually do a proper kick or a proper leg drop or a trip or all those things, or even in a defensive, like you could have them in some sort of a leg bar or an ankle lock. First time you could actually do that. I wish all of the Hasbros had those legs.
Oh, really? No, can't do that.
They do. You don't want, like, the legs that are stuck together like the rockers. They're just shit.
Yeah, no, the jumpers are shit. But look, what a great series. What a great series. Just quickly going through them again. Mr. Perfect was, again, another timeless piece. Big Boss Man, I still prefer Big Boss Man Series 1. Texas Tornado, cracking figure. Sergeant Slaughter, the best in my opinion. Hulk Hogan was great. Ultimate Warrior, probably number 2 out of all the Warriors released. You with me there?
Yeah, I like the Warrior.
Yep. Coco Beware on Minton card looks absolutely amazing. You know, with Frankie the Bird, it's a great piece. Brutus Beefcake we've talked about. Greg Valentine. So, long story short, I have collected series 1 to 4, all Minton card, all graded very, very high. And the last piece I needed, and gosh, how long was I looking for it? At least 2 years, was a Greg the Hammer Valentine. It was a peg warmer back in the day, because who was going to buy a Greg the Hammer Valentine? And the reason it was a peg warmer, that a lot of them were thrown around and, moved around, tossed around, that the cards themselves were damaged. So to find one in mint condition was very, very difficult. So finally I found one. Was it this year or last year? I can't remember. But anyway, got one finally. But Greg the Hammer Valentine, if you find one, if you're a grader like I am, and you find one in high grading condition, get onto it straight away, because it's very, very hard to get. Typhoon and Earthquake, I've got to say, I wish they either did Typhoon in the tugboat outfit or they did the natural disasters. I really feel like that's one that was missing. And I do hope, Zombie, if you're listening, if you can make a natural disasters or even an earthquake in a natural disasters outfit, mwah. And Macho Man, what a missed opportunity. Absolute missed opportunity.
It was like the accessory maker at the factory broke down and they just said, just give us all the rest of them and we'll just put Man on the bump.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? As a kid, my mum didn't let me lay by this one because it was too much like the Series 2 one. She said, you don't need that.
I can't believe that your parents actually knew about your toys. My parents wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah. No, my parents were very encouraging. But like I've said before, my dad wasn't a toy fan at all, but because he liked wrestling and I think with the Hasbro line, you couldn't not be impressed by him, right? I think if you're a wrestling fan, you saw them at the time. Even now, 30 years on, they're iconic. They're highly collectible. They're valuable. So you had to appreciate them back in the day.
True story today. My wife had one of her friends around because we're both on holidays at the moment, and they went upstairs to where my collection is to do something. And I said, there's some of those worth quite a fair bit of money these days. And she said to me, one looks like it's a Happy Meal toy. And I said, what do you mean? And she was talking about the mail-away Hogan. Mail-away Hogan's a Happy Meal toy because it's in a plastic bag. Straight to the feels. That was painful.
Good segment, mate. And I look forward to discussing Series 4 in our next episode.
A small series, right. Series 4. So.
Series 4, great series. Absolutely great series. All right, well, it's time to hear a little word from our major sponsors, Go Figure Collectibles.
Coming towards the ring,
Mattel, Jax, Hasbro, LJN, Remco, Super 7. Are you looking for a store that stacks all the latest and greatest wrestling figures? Then look no further because Go Figure Collectibles has everything you're looking for. Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles are always filling the shelves with the latest releases and buying up old cherished collections to fulfill any vintage collection needs. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out their store at 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria. And introduce yourself to Jeff and the team. Plus, Wrestling with Figure podcast listeners can use the code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide. That's Go Figure Collectibles.
Yes, we love Go Figure Collectibles, and Jeff's doing a great job for the wrestling figure community and the collecting community nationwide. Thank you to Adam Topoulos, who has done the voiceovers for those ads. He's done a great job. If you're looking for a professional voiceover man, Adam is your guy, and reach out if you want to get in touch with Adam.
He's a good bloke too.
Let's get on to the meet and greet.
You never believe who I met at the shops. Who was it? I met someone at the airport. What, are you a stalker? No, I was there to pick up my mum. Yeah, right. Who'd you meet? Stone Cold Steve Austin? The Ultimate Warrior? Andre the Giant? Hulk Hogan? Did you meet CM Punk? You met the big red machine Kane, didn't you? Did you meet Mankind? Oh my God, you met Marty Jannetty. I bumped into Paul Heyman.
Now, if you're tuning in for the first time, we run a segment here called Meet and Greet, and it's where we pick three of our members, a part of the FDU community, that have shared a photo of them meeting either their favorite superstar or any superstar. But I wanted to reiterate. That's the right word, isn't it? Reiterate. It's not just wrestling superstars, guys. So for all of our current members and our new members, if you want to send in a photo, it doesn't have to be a wrestler. It could be a movie star. It could be a sports star. It could be a soap star. It could be a musician. It can be, what else? An athlete. Whatever you want to do. It could be me. It could be Jeff from Go Figure Collectibles. So send them in. It doesn't have to be wrestlers. Alrighty, that being said, how about we get into it? And our first member here is Matt Lorsch, and he has met Colt Cabana. It looks like he's there with his partner as well, so that's a great photo.
Yeah, very cool. I think I've got a feeling we've seen this one before.
Have we? Okay.
I reckon we're getting a rerun here, but that's okay.
No, well done, Matt. Thanks for sending that in. We've got Steve Campbell, one of the gurus, one of the godfathers of wrestling fandom. Here he is again with his, what do you call it, Collingwood beanie?
What do you call it?
And he's met the great Greg Valentine. Look at the size of Greg Valentine's forearms and fists.
Yeah, he's a big unit upper body, isn't he?
He's a big boy. Wow.
I reckon Steve's in a bit of trouble there. If Greg gets angry, those guns are going to take Steve down.
Mate, if Greg the Hammer Valentine threw a punch with that fist, that'd dead set cave your face in.
It's a Ripper Hitman shirt too that you've got on there, Steve Campbell.
It is. Yeah, well done, Steve. Steve's a very active member of our community. We love him. And last but not least, we've got Jeff Shureb from Go Figure Collectibles. Geez, Go Figure Collectibles get a lot of shout-outs, don't they? But he has met the great man, Edge. And actually, Jeff's here, and it looks like a Richmond beanie. Is that right?
It looks like a Tigers beanie. And Jeff looking pretty young there.
He is looking very young. So is Edge.
Yeah, Edge looking young and handsome. So,
Jeez, Edge wouldn't have had any issues with the ladies back in the day, would he?
Don't think so, no. I reckon he would have been just doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, good on him. Good on him. Well, that's our members meet and greet. And up next, it's time to answer the hard-hitting questions, Chris.
Q&A.
It's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
Here we go. Thank you to everyone that's sent their questions in. Now, I think it's my turn to pick the winner this week, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, you better pick the winner. Do we
You
have
know
prizes?
I want to tell you a funny story. You know, last week how you picked Ibnu with shipping over to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Well, he actually he made a deal and bought a Karma from Gianni in Melbourne. So all I had to do was send it to Melbourne. So
nice.
take that one, mate. Take that one.
Nice.
Okay, first up, we've got James Cameron. Who is the most underrated wrestler in the WWE right now, and do you own his/her elite figure? Now, this, I'll go first if you don't mind, Chris. This is a hard one for me to answer, James, because I'm not up to speed with current day wrestling, I have to say. But I'm going to, and as always, anyone that wants to write in a question for current wrestlers, I'm going to refer back to the legends. So for me, the most, I guess, underrated, is the word underrated? Yeah, underrated wrestler or underutilized. I am going to say, I believe Mr. Perfect. Wouldn't say he's the most underrated, but I do believe he deserved to be world champion at some stage. What do you think?
Yep. Well, can you read the question again? Because I thought he said something else then.
So the question is, who is the most underrated wrestler in the WWE right now, and do you own his or her elite figure?
So you gone Mr. Perfect. That's not current. You've not even answered the question, James.
Didn't you hear what I just said? Didn't you hear what I said before?
You said it, but if I wanted to answer who was the most underrated and underused legend, then I would have asked the legend. Current, you've got to go, like for me, it's Braun Strowman. I know he's just been wiped, but he is such a beast of a looking man who, you think about the giants of the past and you think about the people who crowds want to come and see. Like for a little kid, you look at Braun Strowman and just go, that guy can smash it. But he just gets shit rolls all the time and doesn't seem to be get a good run at the top. I know he won the world title not that long ago, but he just doesn't seem to get a long run. Now that he's been cut, that's even worse. Although sometimes I feel like if people have injuries, they might cut him for a bit and then just bring him back as a surprise and re-sign him. So currently I'd probably say Braun Strowman. If you're looking at legends, I would say there's so many. Back in the 80s and 90s, you had to be at the top to get any sort of run. Ravishing Rick Rude, for me, is one that really should have been a world champion at some point. And he had that great run with Warrior as the Intercontinental Champion and had that big feud. But I just feel like Rick Rude could have been bigger than that. And he just was such a great heel. And but didn't quite get that full run. So that's my answer.
another one would have been hands down, and especially after watching his documentary, Owen Hart.
Yeah. I think he was on the way though.
I think, and